Everyone, Storm Woolen here. Today we'll be taking a look into I'm going to guess my second fall forecast, or it could be the third. It's going to be one of those. You'll probably find out in the title of this video. So the Jamstack updated today, the time I'm making this video, and it seems like it makes more sense now. And we'll take a look into the Jamstack, the CFS, the CANCIPS, the Enso outlook, and my forecast for fall 2019. Now keep in mind, this forecast would not be the last one. I may do one or two more of these. But we are getting close to fall, so expect the last one to be maybe a month away from today, since that's when the Jamstack updates once a month, and it updated 1 month ago, and now it's updated today. So, just going to get started with the Jamstack model. One of the best models out there. So, here we go with sea surface temperatures. It's giving the Enso region, which is right in here. It's looking to have neutral conditions. Let's go up to the United States. Looks like we have some warmer than average sea surface temperatures just off the coast of the Northwest. There, what that creates is some above average temperatures and even drier conditions there. Let's go ahead, let's look into the CFS ball. So we're going to be comparing these here in 3 months. That's what the Jamstack shows, and it's averaged out in 3 months, so it'll be easier to look into. Now, this is the temperature anomaly, but if we go out here just off the coast of the Northwest, even parts of the West are actually warm there. It seems like there could be some warmer than average temperatures to the southeast of California. Pretty warm up near Alaska and even up in Canada, which that could lead to a potential trough somewhere in the United States. This is what the CANCIPS shows. See, the ridge is stronger up north. We got a stronger trough in the south. And what's going... That's not what I want. Surface air temperatures. You can see it is showing a trough in portions of the Mississippi Valley, like Kansas, Oklahoma, eastward in between. It's between Kansas, Oklahoma, and Kentucky and Tennessee. There's an I-75 corridor there, and it's basically west and Oklahoma and Kansas east. So, basically, if you're in between those areas, you could potentially see some slightly below average temperatures there. As with the CFS, it does show a trough. Keep in mind, this is warmer than it actually should be showing. It's got a warm bias to it. So, basically, looking into this, there could be looks to have a trough in the central United States. As with the CANCIPS model, showing a little bit of a stronger trough there. So these models do agree there's going to be a trough somewhere in the United States, and it seems like there's a good agreement with some slightly below average temperatures for portions like Iowa, Missouri, Illinois, Arkansas, Kansas, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, and Alabama there. Seems like those will be the prime states to look into for the potential troughing there. Now let's move into the precipitation anomaly. Look at this. It's actually mostly dry for pretty much the entire United States. The only area I see slightly above average is actually in Oklahoma and Texas. It's pretty hard to see, but I can see it from my naked eye there. But in Severn, Texas, looks to have slightly below average precipitation. Really dry for the northeast. So it looks like we're going to have some drier than normal conditions there. I do agree with the Northwest. If we're going to have a high pressure over here for a 3-month average, it'd probably be more than likely dry in the West. Now let's look into the other models here. this is precipitation for the CFS. It's actually completely different. It's actually pretty much the opposite here. Slightly above average precipitation for the Rockies into the Great Lakes through the Central Plains. Looks like there could be slightly below average precipitation in the southeast. And it looks like neutral conditions for precipitation up in the northeast. And same thing for the west. There. Now, I do have some disagreements with this with the CFS. But let's go on and go into the CFS. Not CFS, CANSTEPS model. You can see it actually has an agreement with the Jamstack model. Dry under normal conditions northwest, not as dry up in the northeast, but it does indicate so slightly dry conditions for portions of the Midwest and the Great Lakes. Slightly above average precipitation for portions of the southeast, even around the Great Plains, or the Southern Plains, I should say. Now, the best agreement I see here is between the Jamstack and the CANSTEPS model again. So the CFS disagree with both of these pretty much. As we can see here. So basically, we kind of seeing here that there could be a jet stream coming like right through here, then like that, or something like that. With the CFS model showing something like this here. And with the Jamstack, it's showing, honestly do not know, something like this. I don't think that's right. I think that's like the Severn jet there. It seems like the actual jet stream is actually not really that active. So that's the Severn jet there. Now let's look into the ENSO. Let's first take a look at NOAA for the next 3 months. So this was made back in July. So this is August, October, and September for those 3 months. So averaging out, they got an idea with the precipitation there. Above average precipitation over portions of the northern plains. And kind of a similar idea for the temperature as well. So far they're kind of doing a good job on this one here so far. But they'll update this, I think, tomorrow. Since this was made, it's about to be exactly a month ago. So we'll see this updated. Now if we let's actually go back down. So this is the final El Nino advisory. We are officially pretty much out of the El Nino. Right now we're at neutral conditions here. As you can see here, neutral conditions are present. So let's go all the way up here. There's your summary. And here's the ENSO region. So Nino 4 is pretty warm, but it is going down. It has a downtrend, as you can see here at the end. Safer for Nino 3.4. So you can say Nino 3 is starting to warm up. But when you look at Nino 1+2, it's actually starting to get pretty chilly. It's in La Nina stage right now. So for right now, we're in neutral conditions here. As you can see here, this is from the 14th of July into August the 10th. You can see La Nina is starting to show up. Now let's see if I can find that page. Here's the subsurface temperature anomalies here. As you can see here, so this is almost about right now. This is from last week. This is August 6th. You can see La Nina is showing up near around Nino 3 and Nino 1+2. We still got a little bit warm temperatures there. And we also do have some La Nina going on here. So La Nina at this point is starting to take over. Now where we look into some of these winds here, it's a little bit weaker. It's weak. What this here does is just keeps the waters cool. At this point, it seems like we can have a potential Modoki type. Like Last year it did not really happen, but this year, I don't know about Madoki El Nino. I think we doubt it. I think we can all agree on that this is probably either going to be neutral or La Nina. If we go ahead and take a look into here, you can see this is, if I can find it, this is fall right here. So it has a probability, I'm going to say, looks to be a 64% chance probability of neutral conditions there. This is what all the ENSO models, the ensemble models, all together. You can see they're trying to say pretty much El Nino, but we kind of doubt it at this point, though. Here's what the CFS is predicting, version 2. You can see it's predicting stay neutral phase, but it may try to dip into a La Nina. You can see this is fall right here, and it seems like it will stay neutral. So yeah, basically what we gotta watch for, looking into the ENSO, the waters are going to be neutral there. Going ahead and going to my forecast now. This is going to be a mess. I'm not going to lie to you. It looks like a mess, but it's actually kind of easy. So where you see no colors, like for example in here and in here, not out here, that's equal chances area, but in here, that is where I ran out of colors. So it's pretty much blank, but I do have the arrow showing that it's not equal chances. That's actually in the red here, that is way above average temperatures. I may be going a little bit too far on that one. We'll see. But outside of that, that is above average, and then slightly above average in the yellow. I even have slightly above average off the East Coast, where some of the models are trying to show that there could be a ridge like a Bermuda High, maybe trying to do something over there. So yeah, on that one. Where the model's been predicting a trough, this is where I'm thinking where the trough could be at. Now, it could be a little bit stronger. It may go a little bit southward near the Gulf Coast, but I think it's a little bit too far at this point. So there could be some, we can have potentially Arctic blasts later in the fall here. So that will be something to keep an eye on here. And where you see no color, like in here, that's equal chances on in these. Here's precipitation. This is even a bigger mess here. Again, these are not equal chances in here. That is where I do not have those colors, because I actually use this highlighter. You can see I am extremely limited on colors. I wish I can have more, but I cannot. So around the Great Lakes region, where, remember I was showing you guys where there could be a dry area somewhere? Well, I'm thinking it could be around the Great Lakes region where we can have those Arctic blasts, potentially Arctic blast, that can make those precipitation a little bit lower. And where we have the ridge out west, that's where we can see below average precipitation for a good chunk of the west. Then for like Montana to New Mexico and Texas, that is slightly below average precipitation. In this green here, that is slightly above average precipitation. That is where we can see where the jet stream could be going. And down here in the southeast, that is above average. Now, that's also a combination between the hurricane season, which looks like the confidence of above average with the hurricane season seems to be going down. Even though we're going to be in neutral phase, that's making the hurricane season go above average. It's really the siren dust that's coming off. So we're in the next couple weeks, and in the main development region, we probably not see any tropical development. Now, there's also a potential tropical disturbance on the East Coast. Well, I will keep an eye on that. Probably the main threat will be rainfall there. But we will keep an eye on that. And Up in the northeast, that could be equal chances for it. We're going to see. It could be slightly but below average precipitation. They could have they're probably going to have a late fall way up there. So this is also equal chances as well, right in here. Pretty skinny slot, and same thing in here. So pretty skinny slot. So this is a pretty nice forecast for the second or third fall forecast here. So that's all I got for you guys today. Hope you enjoyed this fall 2019 forecast, my second or third one. If y'all do like this video, hit that like button. If you really do like my channel, hit the subscribe button. Hit that bell notification so you never miss an upload. If you all got any questions about fall 2019, put in the comment section down below. I'm going to answer your guys' questions. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.